My beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every day with a fresh, hot, black cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. And of course, I think of my favorite quote of the century by Oscar Wilde, which says, "Life is too important to be taken seriously." So lighten up, folks, because you know what? In a minute, we ain't going to be here anyway. So, today's episode is, drumroll please, Life of an Actor Part 7. Yay! All right. So when we last left off, I was talking about all of the Olive Garden gigs that I did for like 12 years. So then I was like, all right, what's next? So casting agent's like, have an audition for you. Kind of like a non-speaking featured blah, blah, blah for the time being on Ugly Betty. And it was Kristen Johnston had a part. I have to admit, I never really watched the show, but I was like, all right, it's an audition, I'll go for it. And I don't know if you guys have seen the show, but like the last episode of the last season, she's like at some fashion show and she's like, oh, look, I'm getting engaged. So I was her fiance. So how the whole process went, they submitted me and two other guys to audition for it. So I had to like go meet the director and the producers. So there was like 3 or 4 people that I did this for. And essentially I was supposed to basically like be a gay character, big surprise, right? And that was the whole joke of it. And so it was totally improvised. So like when I went in the room, they said, okay, here's the setup. She's going to say that you're her fiance. And of course, everyone's going to be like, huh? So, and I was just supposed to like, when she mentioned my name, I was just supposed to like wave or whatever. And I guess be all queenie. So like, I wore this really cute, like flamboyant shirt, not in drag as a guy, but zhuzhed myself up. And so I'm there. And when I did the audition, the director was like, said her line. And I just sort of like looked at him and like winked and smiled and hey, and all that shit. And it was actually kind of cute. So, and it was me and 2 other guys that went for it. And so I did my part, they did theirs. And literally like 5 minutes later, the 3 of us are sitting there and they came out and felt kind of bad for the other 2, but they were like, you got the part. And I was like, oh. And this also because the other 2 guys that were up for it were like friends of mine, like fellow actors. And I was like, oh, but of course they were happy for me. Of course, one of them was like, you bitch. And I said, well, who told you to wear that stupid outfit? I remember he was wearing like some flamboyant coat that was like, not to be shady or anything, but I said, girl, you look like you're wearing some old rug. You could have at least vacuumed it if you were going to wear that as your outfit. I looked kind of cute. So then, anyway, so I got the part and we were filming it like a couple of weeks later. So when we actually filmed it, the prop that I had was an actual cute little doggy, the cutest dog I've ever seen, a Papillon, which is my all-time favorite breed. So, here I am holding the dog. And so the scene ends up where she's there talking to Ugly Betty and couple of the other main characters. Again, I don't really watch the show, so I can't even tell you who their names were. And then she was like, oh yeah, I'm getting married. And then she sees me from a distance and then she's like, Guillermo. And then the camera goes on me and then she comes running up to me and like we hug and kiss on each cheek. And then the camera goes on the Ugly Betty and the other people and they're looking at us like, what? Because it's obvious that like they know I'm gay. I know I'm gay, but obviously this crazy bitch don't know shit. So it was actually kind of funny. At the very least, I know I have a picture of it. I'm pretty sure I have the video clip of it as well, in which case I will put either or both at the end of this. So make sure that you watch it now. Watch until the end. Now, the messed up part was that like, even though that actual scene, like I had no dialogue, it was understood. And even the casting agent had said to me, listen, for now, it's just this, but it's, if you're going to be her fiance, then it's going to be more than that. I can't even tell you how many seasons the show was on. I thought it was on a good amount of seasons. I probably should have done my research, but my bad. But ironically enough, or sadly enough, as soon as like that aired, or I don't know what the timing of it was, but essentially the show was not picked up for another season. It was canceled. And I was like, seriously? I mean, because it could have like been an actual part, because I know that her character was what, a regular on it. So maybe I would have become a regular. So I was like, damn, I was that close to it. But anyway, I was grateful for the experience. It's a really funny little moment. And it could have been more, but the show was canceled. Who knew? Anyway, but that was exciting for me. She was great to work with. She's hysterical. And the doggy was so cute. So we were a cute little trio, the three of us. So anyway, all right, guys. So that's my story with that. This is part 7. So in 2 weeks, when you see part 8, that's the final of this series. And I got more to tell you about that in that episode. All right, guys. So again, thank you for always being here with me. Don't forget, subscribe, thumbs up if you have not. I mean, hopefully you will now, but what I meant to say was subscribe if you have not. And by all means, tell all your friends, because you know what? A girl can never have too many subscribers or followers. All right, guys. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon. Love you.
Oh, Guillermo, there you are. Look, hi, cute. Darling. You're cute.